Hey, hello, hello. How many people are joining today? Is it just because VLC is that awkward player? Let me try something else then. Ah, that's what you mean. Okay, I see. I've forgotten how to load into Unreal, but we'll figure that out if we have some time today. By the way, can everyone hear me well? You probably you might need to turn the volume up quite a bit in order to hear what I'm saying. Okay, good. Is Jordy here? Because I don't know which username Jordy is. Okay, do I need information on DFO? Who's the other person working on DFO? Oh, Amazon. Let's see. Okay, I think Jordy is here. So hopefully you can help me clear up anything if I mess up. Okay, so I assume most of everybody here doesn't have that much experience in game development. And except for Lexo apparently is very skilled in almost everything, which is really nice. And so really glad to have you join us. Okay, so first of all, you can see all these menus overall, and those of you coming from Unity will be pretty familiar with this main viewport. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, so this is, I guess you could say that pretty much the same thing as Unity. The only thing that you don't have is a separate window for the play mode and test mode, I think it was, or some preview mode. Yeah, preview mode and test mode. So you don't have that extra window. Let's see. So on the left, you can have all these really basic, I guess, 3D modeling things on the left. You can also add these lights as well as directional lights. If you look carefully, you can see these small icons. This is a directional light that's being used, as well as a skylight. You see that big box on the outline? That is the skybox that we're using. It's also kind of, if you look closely, you might see some edges, but it's really hard to tell. Okay, so our goal today is going to be trying to create the uh, stat component that we've partially got made over here. So this is the viewport of this stat component. So you can see like if you have any physical models that exist. For example, if you use the third person avatar of Unreal, it would appear here. So we're going to be using the construction script and the event graph. We already got something over here that's the health system testing. I think we won't be using any construction scripts because we can directly define the variables here. Okay, now let's pop back over for a moment to see what we need to do. Let's see. Project setup. Oh no, not setup. Guidelines. And okay, so we need functions for damage calculation. We kind of have that already. We don't have a specific damage formula yet. Okay, so we want to track buffs and debuffs, and we want functions and event triggers for health, stamina, and mana. Okay, get a moment to absorb that in for a second. Event triggers for health, stamina, mana. Not exactly clear on how to do this part, this last part yet. But a system of tracking and applying debuffs and buffs. I think we can do that. As well as just adding the stats overall. Okay. So first of all, components, stat components, handles. Controls, gun offset, handles, HUD main. Okay. Don't worry about the background. Okay, let's see. I can't seem to see. Okay, this is the stat component, right? No. Edit. Okay, there we go. Now there's we can see the variables. Okay, so we're gonna have health and move this smaller, and we want to change this health value. We discussed before that. Let's see if I can do this properly. It's gonna be kind of awkward, but this might work. Okay, so we already stored a lot of information about stats in the game mechanics, so it's time to start applying those one by one. So first of all, we can add another variable for We want this to be an integer. I think Tibber, you were talking about whether or not we can turn that into a float. We want to keep things as the smallest type of the smallest type in order to save space, because later on these are small changes, not small changes, but small differences in size can really add up once you have more and more and more entities over time. So let's name this level and not be public. Okay. So what this means, this I right here, is that if you press open or open the I, you should be able to see it when you're looking at the character itself. Let's test that in a moment. So let's see. Wow, that's hard to read. Okay, so initial lifespan, actor can be damaged, rendering actor in game. Let's see. Where is our starting controller? Is this our starting controller? I think it is. Oh my god, this is a lot of stuff. Wait, I don't think this is it. Oh no, it should be this thing right here. Let's see. Actor, level of detail. Okay, I could be wrong about that, because I think it's the character itself that has it. So we can see it in character. Okay, so you can see health and max health here. And you can also see level. Okay, so that's basically what it does. And just to make sure of that, we can go back over here and close all the eyes here. What's wrong? Okay, so it needs to be editable, so we gotta keep this one open. Okay, so now when we click on this, it should no longer be there. Or not, the stack component. Oh no, it's not an entity. Okay, I am not clear enough on this part to describe it. Okay. So first of all, let's add all these variables for all the stats that we have. Okay, HP is increased by 100 per level. And okay, so we got HP, mana, I guess, stamina, and then we have strength, vitality, intelligence first. Vitality and spirit. just gonna keep these open since I'm used to doing this in debug mode. Also, I guess two more. One is physical and magic armor. Okay. By the way, Tiber, we don't have a list of status effects yet. So basically what I'm going to do is just create a buff debuff system that says we're going to increase vitality or decrease vitality and do the same for pretty much every one of these, I guess. Uh, if Jordy is here, he could probably tell us how to do that for everything at once. I'm not exactly sure how to do it for everything at the moment. Okay, let's see. So first save, we always want to save. And look at this event graph. Okay, first of all, we want to hard set our level to 70. Variable name, variable type, default value 70. Set these as hard values for now. Okay, what is the numbers that we used? I think I pinned it over here and right here. Okay, that's unspecialized. 210 for each. 840. Okay, so it's 840 and then there's 360. Okay, so 840 is base from levels and then 360 is from um 360 is from quests. Yeah, 360 is from quests. That means 9. We'll just split up the quest XP stats um evenly. So that's 90 each. Okay, so strength would be, wait a moment. This 3.5 stat growth is going to be kind of annoying. Okay, for the attribute itself, we're going to have a value, and then we're going to have a final modified value. Yeah, that's probably the best way to approach it. Okay, so how do I set a category for variables? Stats. Oh, okay, I see. Variable stats. Wait, no, that's not right. Add variable. Add function, event dispatcher. Just put everything in here for now. Add new. Huh. Event dispatcher on death, and let's see. We are going to start by modifying everything. Okay, so we want huh. Jordy, would it be better to use a vector for all the stat modifiers? Or not stat modifiers, for the growth modifiers? Okay, let's see. Okay, we're just gonna do this the super dumb way and just have so many variables. Oh god, this is gonna be painful. Or actually, I could do something and figure out how to create a structure. Yeah, that's actually probably a better idea. Okay, set members in node. In, let's see, struct. Wait, vector int. Well, what does your class database have? Okay, the dumb way it is. Okay, max health. Okay, max mana. Max stamina. Effective. Okay, effective. What was it? Effective? No, effective strength. Hey Jordy, do you think it would be a good idea if both of us jump on the Discord voice chat? Okay, that would be great. Because there is so much stuff that I've forgotten. You probably want to like mute the Twitch chat when you get on here though, because that might just get really annoying really quickly. That's just for Jordy, by the way. Hmm. Are you saying something right now? Because I can't hear anything. Yeah, I still can't hear anything. Can you hear me though? Ah, my God, this is quite bad. Okay, I'm gonna test the sound on my system as well. I'm gonna pull the volume down so I don't blow everybody's ears out. Okay. Okay, the sound is working here. User settings, voice activity. Huh. Yeah, it's probably an issue on my end because when I press this disconnect and connect button, there's no sound. Maybe I just close Discord and reopen Discord. This is my first time using Discord and a stream at the same time. It's probably one of these programs that is really messing this up. It's not appearing. This is probably why. Let's see. Oh no, Discord is here. Could it be VHC? Ah, probably is because it's probably because OBS is taking priority on something. Okay, I can only do this the extremely stupid way, but this is programming. If you get stuck, just keep on thinking of a different way to approach the problem. Effective strength, strength scaling. This is definitely going to have to be removed later on. Intelligence scanning. Can I change this to a const? Construct object from class? Outer select asset class. This might be what I need, but I do not know how to use it. Okay, so vitality scaling, and one more. Spirit scaling. Okay, now here is the point. Is it Control Shift? Control Alt? I know. Set health. Okay, we already have a set health. So max health. We don't need a. Okay, so set max health. Set level. Then we want to go in this order, and let's just lock this at 70 because we know that's what we want. And then we take our max health and we set that to be equal to multiply. Does this work? I hate this. Mult times int times int to apply. Okay, what is the node for multiply? Okay, selection. Okay, let's see. Math. Oh no, not float. Integer. There we go. Still don't know how to get this node. Oh no, that's not it. Let's see. We take. Yep. Want to use this one and multiply it by. No, we do not want to promote that to a variable. This should be the base amount of HP per level, so that's 100. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of setting here. Times 100, then integer. And then take the amount that we have. So effective vitality. And it's going to start with so we check over here. Okay, 175 plus 90, 265. 265. You can copy paste nodes if you didn't know that already. This times their scaling. Vitality scaling is 2.5 for battle mages. And then feed that over here. Add these pins together, and that should give us our health. Let's see if I know how to do this correctly. Okay. Okay, that should be it. Set health. And then what else do we have? Oh, I can set the category over here. Okay. Effective vitality scaling. Okay. So I want to put our scalings together. Put max values together as well. Ah. Okay, and then effective values. Ah, see. Thank you. Ah, there we go. Okay, and that's all for health. Let's see. Might as well put a resistances category. And see, there was another category now. I think it was cooldown reduction? No, not cooldown reduction, or CC reduction? Let's see. Where is it? Game mechanics. Okay, so we got physical attack, physical defense, increased maximum inventory weight, magic attacks, magic resistance. Okay, magic attack, magic resistance, and MP. Okay, vitality, HP, stamina, we already have that. And resistance to and duration of status effects. Okay, resistance. Okay, I just call it cool crowd control resistance, I guess. Yeah, because you're only going to be affected by the duration of status effects, so you don't have anything else besides the duration to resist. Okay, and one last thing that we need to do here. Oh yeah, it's going to be not effective strength, but attack. No, it is effective strength. Attack is another thing. Okay, now let's set mana, since that was pretty similar. Let's see. Okay, we can't do that, but let's see. Okay, effective vitality. Effective spirit. Get effective spirit. And spirit scaling. Where is that? Oh, here it is. And we know this is also 2.5. Ah, that was a problem right there. Good thing we caught that out right here. So we need a float times integer. Float times integer. Int times float. So we have effective vitality, which is an int. Effective spirit is also the same. Okay, so 265, 265. And our scaling, vitality scaling, and spirit scaling. Ah, it's gonna do these weird things just to be safe. spirit scaling, float, float, and float. Okay, and now we take this and we have to change the addition to a float integer. Float plus integer. Ah, oh, that was silly of me. Okay, vitality scaling is not 2.5, it's 25. And this would be 2.5 times 5. Okay, this would require a float. Okay, effective spirit. Okay, this is a 50. And we take this level 70. Yeah, this is going to be awkward. Oh no, I can set it over here. There we go. Let's see. Set maximum mana is okay. So we already set this as 10,000. Oh wait a second. We also need to set max health. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do need to set max health first. And then we set health. So that means yep. So now we need to set max mana. Okay, this will be a 5. Now that just doesn't look really good at all. Oh my god, this is actually getting quite annoying. Okay, so int times... Okay, so this is the float. Okay, and then this is the base multiplier of 5. Which brings us here. This then brings us here, which makes mana a float. Okay, let's see. This should be the final output. Ah, this also needs to be afloat. Okay, since this is obviously going to be an issue from now on, stamina should be afloat. Strength, intelligence, let's change all these into floats. Okay, level we can keep as an integer because that will never become anything else. Let's see. Effective spirit is going to be. Okay, so a float is basically a floating point number, so it has a decimal point in it. Integers are, as you expected, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no decimals. Okay, so we want to kind of copy this structure here. Basically, what's going to happen when you're coding in blueprints is that you're going to see a lot of this stuff that just doesn't, that you see one case where it doesn't work and then you have to start changing everything. Uh, I guess everybody has experienced that in programming, but this is just a little bit painful because I don't really remember what the shortcuts were. Let's see, this is effective spirit. Effective spirit. Wait, this should have been 175? Okay, so 265 that should have been. $265. Oh no, that's not right. This should be a 10, and the float times float should be here, and this should be removed. Okay, effective vitality is this. Wait, I've actually confused myself here. Okay, so we have effective vitality times 10, which is the base scaling for vitality, times the vitality scaling. Oh my god, there's too many scalings in this game. Even though we only have 4 stats, that's so much scaling. times 100. Okay, can there be any issue that occurs here if we multiply this by any number? Okay, it's always going to be an integer. So this conversion is fine. Yep, this conversion is fine. Ugh. Okay, so this is the shape that we want. And what is the difference between that and this? Okay, this is the only main difference. And we take spirit scaling. Take effective spirit. Let's see. Okay. This we do not want. This feeds into this. This feeds into this, and this feeds into here. And we have this. Oh my god, that was painful. Okay, and now we can just kind of copy this. Okay, and this is initialize mana. Okay, and then stamina. Let's use the same thing for stamina. We haven't decided on what the base scaling of the base scaling and the base multiplier is going to be yet. So we can set those two as the same thing. Just remove set mana and set max mana to set stamina and set max stamina. Okay, we have this, which feeds into here, this to here. Okay, so the only thing that's different is I think this is based off of strength. Oh no, strength does not affect stamina. What affects stamina? Vitality affects stamina. Okay. So we have vitality scaling and using effective vitality. But we're going to use the 5 base scaling as well as the 50 increase per level. Okay. Stamina. By the way, Jordy, can you actually can you just post one thing that I could be doing right now to save me a lot of time? Because I think I'm doing something that is really redundant right now, and I can't seem to think of what it is besides the fact that I'm just listing every single variable out. Okay, so one thing to explain here is something that I've kind of talked about in the game mechanics, but I haven't really clarified that, and that is so we increase HP, MP, and stamina on a per level basis and on a per stat point basis. So that's why you see these two branches over here. So the top branch is the per level basis, and that's why you see the level 70 feeding into it every single time on the top branches. On the bottom branches, we use the effective vitality, um, which is the amount of vitality points that you have just by leveling and not skill books, by leveling and by stat points from quests. So this, according to the novel, should be 265. Okay, so we also have vitality scaling. Vitality scaling we know from the book is 2.5. Okay, I have to change this. 2.5. It's a float, so why can't we change this? Okay, that's kind of weird. Vitality scaling 2.5. Huh. Jordy, do you know what's happening here? I don't know why we can't assign this a floating decimal point value when it's clearly a float. Is it because it's not public? That shouldn't be the case. The use pin health is no longer in the get. Is that the reason? That that this is not working? Float, subtract, float. Okay, so we can bring this over here. Set health. And if it's greater than float, greater than float. No. Okay, this is greater than 1. Wait. 1 is 1 is greater than this. That's the same thing. Okay, compiled is working now. So let's see. Vitality scaling. Can we change this to 2.5 now? Okay. Yeah. Change it back to 2.5. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that, Jordy. Get vitality scaling 2.5. Okay, so where was I talking about? Oh yeah. So since we have this base scaling of 2.5 already, if we just apply 2.5 to the effective vitality, we just get approximately 400. Yeah, approximately around 400 effective vitality. But if we use the plus 100 vitality per level, we already get approximately 7,000. So 7,000 plus a measly 300 or a measly 400 doesn't really make sense. Especially considering that we have one chapter where Tangro does, I think it was 10k damage across approximately 3.5 people's 3.5 character health bars. So it makes more sense that each character at least has 20k health in that calculation. And so as a result, if you turn this into a 10 base multiplier, multiply by the scaling, so you get a 25 multiplier. If you do that 25 multiplier times this, okay, so 265. 265 times 25, and you get 6,625. And then you add your 7k, and you get 1,300. Whoops, that is supposed to be an add. Ugh. Yeah, so you get your 13,000, and that is much closer to 2,000. And we have to remember that Tongro had like very poor equipment considered for compared to the other professionals. So it's on the little lower end, but it's still quite reasonable as a number. So for mana, we reduce that scaling per level and the scaling per stat because you usually never see mana that's equal size to the health bar. Because you always feel like you're using a certain small amount of mana to do a certain larger X amount of damage to people's health. So we kind of dropped that by half. We haven't really decided about the stamina, but it seems to make sense that it's approximately similar to mana. Uh, or we could probably drop that down even further later on, depending on how high our consumption rate is that we use for the three different types of movement: walking, jogging, and running. Okay, so that's the main gist of what we're doing here. Okay, now for the rest of the things, we don't have to set a max stamina or max mana or max health anymore. We should only need to set... Okay, effective strength. These values are all hard-coded in. No. Effective vitality is hard-coded in. Effective spirit also needs to be hard-coded in. 265. And let's see. It should be 90 plus something. Okay, so this should be... game discussion. Okay, so their strength and intelligence both at 245, so that's 335 each. Okay, so... Okay, now we need two more variables. Attack, physical attack, and magic attack. Am I spelling this wrong? Oh, I am. Okay, so this is simply based on strength scaling. Strength. Okay, so this is going to be based on simply strength and strength scaling. Wait a moment. Why do we have all of these that are not set up yet? Oh god. Let's see. So, okay, so 335 and 265. Okay, so this is what we had over here. So it's effective scaling times vitality. So vitality times vitality scaling is effective vitality. And that multiplied by the base multiplier is what we need. Okay, so we need to set effective vitality. Oh boy. Okay, so we take this and we feed it into here. So we take the effective vitality and we add the level adjusted vitality. Ugh. Sorry guys, this is a really big mess for figuring out everything here. Okay, so this is basically for the reason why we have these many variables just for like vitality, for example, and health, is that we want to make sure that we take into account everything. So for vitality, we need to multiply by the vitality scaling. These two are variables that we can adjust, as well as this base vitality. Now, if we right click here and then promote the variable, this can also become a new variable that we can use. And then later on, this is very easily adjusted if we need to. Same thing with this base level multiplier. We can also expand this, promote this into a variable, and then we can later adjust that down the line. So base vitality is just from stats, or just from stats plus equipment, if we add equipment in there. Okay. Let's shift the order of these two. Oh, got it. Wow, that's very bad. Okay, and then we want to set effective stamina. Okay, so we already have effective vitality. So we can take this vitality times vitality scaling. Okay, so we can set effective weight. Okay, these two multiply together. Okay, that's not it. Okay, float times float. Oh, this is going to be much longer than I originally thought it would be. Yep, this should be the correct version. Wait, now the vitality scaling is already there. Yeah, so it's this. And then we take the effective vitality and multiply that by 10, then add that to level-based vitality, and we get maximum health. Yeah, that's correct. Oh, wow, that was complicated. Okay, but what we can do with that now is we can take this, remove this, this, and this, get this, bring these down, and plug that in over here. because effective vitality times 5 becomes this plus another thing. This is over here. Yep, this works. Okay, now we have to readjust this side as well. Effective spirit needs to be calculated instead of just hard modified. Set effective spirit. Effective spirit. Okay, this is the 5 that we need. Then we have spirit scaling, spirit and spirit scaling. Okay, does this look correct? Yes, it does. Let's move the values over here. Oh boy. Okay, so physical attack is going to be based off of strength, and magical attack is based off of intelligence. So strength we can just get, and we want to multiply it by strength scaling. And let's just use that for now. Just directly set everything here as physical attack. Just want to do the same thing with magic attack. Oh, that's a get. Okay, so we want to set magic attack. Okay. The only thing left is... Or actually, we want to set physical... We want to set effective strength. And effective intelligence as well. Okay, there we go. Connect everything. Okay. Should it be resistances or defense? I think we just go with defense. Oh no, magic armor. I'm just being stupid. Okay, let's see. Okay, we can adjust these values later to scale them up or down. Let's see. Can even add another pin over here to scale the, or we can even add another multiplier over here. But I don't see the point of having two multipliers, one for attack and one for armor. Okay, let's see. How many people are still here? Because it's been a while since we started, and a bunch of people probably left already. Okay. Is there anything I'm missing here? Okay, so HP, mana, and stamina all upgrade per level. Strength and intelligence do not. Crowd control resistance, I have no idea how we're gonna do this yet. Okay, so that's based on, let's see. Game discussion. I know that this should be in game mechanics. The reason why strength, attack, and armor are in one is because physical attack and physical armor is all based on strength, according to the novel. And also, according to the novel, magic attack and magic defense is also based on intelligence. So later on, we might decide whether or not we add base armor, magic armor, or magic physical armor and physical magic armor, or we can just directly dump those points into intelligence and then scale it up. Although it doesn't make that much sense from a numbers perspective, but we can use that system. Because just like a bunch of MMOs, you don't really say how the equations are calculated. But we can probably add that later. Okay, so what was I looking for? Okay, so we wanted to find out what affected cooldowns. Or CC reduction. Resistance and duration of status effects. So Spirit actually does that? Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. Okay, so mana is initialized by Spirit. Okay, initialize Spirit. Mana and crowd control resistance. Initialize okay, yeah, this is just initialize stamina. And this is initialize vitality and health. And health. Okay, there's also one other thing we need to initialize, and that's carrying capacity. Oh my god, okay. So, note to self, things to do. Carrying capacity from health? No, carrying capacity from vitality. and cooldown reduction or crowd control reduction from spirit. Okay, is there anything else that I'm missing? Oh no, it's affected by strength? Strength affects way too many things. Okay, vitality is health and stamina. Strength is physical attack, physical armor, and inventory. Okay, I guess that works because your physical attack and physical armor is only two things. Okay, maximum inventory weight. Does intelligence affect anything else? Wait, intelligence affects MP? Wait, so spirit doesn't do anything? Besides status effects? What? Well, the thing is, in the novel, they pretty much have every single character just split all the points evenly, and the only reason you have um, large discrepancies between each of the stats distribution is because of armor. Like, I can understand why you have to throw things into throw points into spirit and vitality because you need that HP and stamina as well as that reduction of status effect. But why is like intelligence just gives you everything for magic, like literally everything. Wow, that's actually really weird. Oh my god. Let's see. Okay, so I need to move this down and move this up because that means I do not need. Let's see. Set effective. It only does cooldown reduction resistance. That is ridiculous almost. Okay. Let's see. Initialize intelligence, magic tech, magic armor, and mana. Yeah, it is. It is really interesting because I've never actually seen a status distribution like this. Like I understand how there's some systems where they have um, magic attack, magic armor, and mana all together, but I've never. No, I've seen systems where they have magic attack and mana together, or magic armor and mana, or mana and magic attack, all those three combinations, but I've never seen them all together before. And like vitality, it makes a lot of sense. You have both health and stamina. Like I can understand that's something that other games have done. But the fact that you have one single out of the four stats you have, one of them is cooldown, not cooldown, crowd control resistance. That's actually pretty creative. That's really, really creative. I gotta give props to the author for thinking of that. I don't think I've ever seen something like this system before. Because one side is pure damage and pure deep. It's your resource, your damage and your defense, and the other side is just basically not get CC to death. It's actually really amusing, this thing right here. Yeah, we definitely have to do a lot of playtesting, especially with the CC resistance. Because before, when I was looking at these point distributions and how they were so evenly distributed, even when you have like different class scaling, now this makes a lot of sense. I should change these names, class strength scaling and such. Because I feel like we're going to have a lot of these scaling values soon. Okay, so I got that wrong. And so spirit only affects, oh my god, it only affects crowd control resistance. This is almost incredible. Um, Set crowd control resistance. Wow. Let's see. We need to bring this down here, this down here. So that's effective intelligence is good. Okay, so we don't need this, but we do need these three down here. We need these two down here at the very least. So we take effective intelligence, multiply that by 5, add that by level scaling, and then we set mana. Let's see. Let's put this in the end. Once I learn the shortcuts for blueprints, this is going to be so much faster. Like, this should not have taken this much amount of time to figure this out. I'm actually really looking forward to the time that we, or not the time, but the day we start to actually talk with BB, because it seems like he really has some interesting game development ideas here. Okay, so after this is set, then we set here. And wait, how does that go all the way there? Okay, that is good. So we have the multiplier for magic armor. And we set the mana. Is this correct? Yep, this is correct. And the mana's fine. The magic armor is fine. Crowd control resistance. Oh my god, I have no idea how we can calculate this. Let's see. Some way to get this less than 100%. Okay, how about... I literally have no idea. I guess we'll just leave this here for now. So we definitely have to do crowd control resistance for spirit. Okay, crowd control resistance for spirit. Besides spirit and crowd control resistance. And carrying capacity was carrying capacity was strength. Okay, so so this is nice because you definitely have to take strength and intelligence because this is a PvP game, so you need magic resistance and physical defense. You need to take vitality because that's your health and stamina, and spirit you definitely need to take. Yeah, really interesting system. Let's see. So strength is here. Yeah, here. And then you have this one statistic that's carrying weight that does not belong to any other category. That's almost incredible. Okay, just to make sure compile and save that still works. Okay, now that we finally have the calculations done, oh my god, that took forever. Uh, Now we can actually do some stuff with the calculations. Hopefully. Okay, just want to save this one more time just to make sure. And we go back to our initial project guidelines. Okay, functions for damage calculation. We already have this thing over here, and that works if we threw it in a damage value. But the damage requires the interaction system to actually give us. No, this is not a damage system. This is just a damage apply system. We don't actually calculate damage. But we don't have a function for calculating damage yet because we do not have a function for generating resistances. Okay, so I have to research that as well. Okay, let's see. So we need to generate a formula for physical magic resist, which then allows us to generate a damage formula. Let's see. After that, okay, so I can't complete that yet. Functions and event triggers for health, stamina, mana. So I guess what you mean by this is that we do not have anything that reduces the stats directly. We only reduce health, stamina, mana. Wait, reduce health, stamina, mana? That's just basically a damage system. Huh. The only things that would trigger mana loss is using up mana for skills. And stamina loss is just using up stamina for walking, running, and attacking? The skills? Do skills cost stamina? I feel like skills only cost mana for some reason. Okay, that's something I have to clear up as well. Okay, so you're saying we need an event that fires when mana runs out or when mana is not enough to perform an action? Okay, for either or both. Okay. So there's definitely different event flags we can be using here. Um, okay, I'll just have a new variable, and this will be Boolean, and I'll start listing out the different, not tooltip. Flag, okay, so this is going to be, you won't ever run out of mana. You'll only have not enough mana. I don't think there's a situation where you actually ever hit 0 mana, because I don't think there's a skill that reduces mana. Okay, so not enough mana. That'll definitely be. By the way, what's the syntax? Oh no, I haven't been using any syntax. What kind of syntax do you want to use for booleans? Like all caps? Or no, all caps is probably bad. All caps is usually state or constant. Jordy, which coding convention? Okay, is not enough mana. Okay, for the variables, I'll keep it as is. I don't know how to use events in that form because before I've only used flags. I've never used events themselves because I haven't used 3D engines. I've only created a simple 2D engine by myself. So I haven't really gotten to using events yet. Okay, so hmm, dispatcher. Okay, so is it a create event thing? Object self event. Oh, event dispatchers. Oh, okay, okay. New event dispatcher. Um, okay, I'll use the camel case then, since you already have that. Um, not enough mana? Okay, not enough mana. And not enough stamina. Um, we know Berserker can use health, so we can have not enough health event. Okay, so not enough mana, not enough stamina, not enough health. Is there any other events that we need here? Functions, event triggers for health, stamina, mana. Would buffs and debuffs be events? I'm really not sure because I haven't used events before, so I can't really tell the difference between them and booleans. Okay, so I need to call the dispatcher when you want, go to the character and look at the details for that stat component. Go to the character and look at the details for a stat component. Okay, so I can add event. Okay. So I can use it like this. Okay. Let me think about this for a moment. So we want to do the checking the events within the stat component, right? Okay, so the event dispatchers are for getting the parent to do stuff. Classic Gnostic, okay. So we want to do the check on the loop for the stat component. We don't need this for now. Health no longer exists in set. What? Okay, so stat component F. Health. Oh. Yeah, so what I was thinking is we generate an event for wait no, is do we generate an event? Okay, so that requires the skill system to be in place. So we want a skill system that the skill system should reduce the amount of mana that's there, and then when the mana is not enough for the skill, then it triggers an event, and that event then calls the not enough mana event. Okay, so that means we first need the skill component uh, in addition. Either the skill component or the stamina component. I can do the stamina component next. Basically the walk, jog, run, because that's really easy to implement and we don't need to do too much for that. So in that case, when we don't have enough stamina in the stamina component, then that triggers an event that gets thrown to the main character. Or no, do we want to throw that event to the main character, or do we want to throw that to the stat component? Because it makes sense to have the stamina component within the stat component? Okay, before skills and all that, we should probably work on a basic attack system, since that doesn't have prerequisites and gives us execution chains into other systems for testing. Okay, so attack uses stamina, but isn't the attack another component? Oh no, the attack should be within the character, right? Is that what you mean? Like, the attack is within the character, so we're directly affecting the stats component, and therefore it's not an execution chain. Okay, I see. Okay, so I guess I can do the carrying capacity, the crowd control reduction, the physical magic resist formula, and generating the damage formula. Those things can all be done in parallel. And then after that, I will work on what was it that we just discussed? Let's see, product guidelines. Okay, yeah, the only thing we can do right now is just make a list of event triggers. Yeah. So I'll first get all of these magic resist stuff, magic physical resist, and generating damage formula, so we can get one thing checked off over there. Applying buffs and debuffs is just going to be increasing the stat. So that I can generate a function for right now. Yeah, I can do that as well. Interaction system. What's that? So you want to create a system that just handles between all the different components? Okay. Do you want me to push this one onto the server? Okay. I'll probably just be pushing this stuff onto the server then, because if we're gonna do an interaction system, I'm not sure how we're gonna. Okay. I'll just save and push this stuff into the server then. Ah, thanks for your help in this stream, even though I think we're the only ones that are left right now. Okay, just play this to make sure there's nothing that's ridiculously broken. Okay, there's one thing that might be broken, this health bar. Huh. Hmm. I think this was the UI for that. It pulls the health directly from the component. Okay, let's see. Health, set health. Okay, the HUD widget class. Huh. Is it not in this part? Oh, it's okay. It's over here. Oh, okay. Ah, I see, I see. All those pesky types. Huh. Still not there. Parent stack component target. Get percent target divided by max health. Let's see. Int string to int to string int. No. Okay, will it auto convert for me? Yes, it will auto convert. Wait, it's 0? Why is it 0? It could be some initialized variable that I'm doing incorrectly. Um, okay, so the first value is 0. No. The max value is 0? Wait, why is the max value 0? That doesn't make sense. Just to make sure that it is actually the max value. What? Okay, the max health works. It's the health itself that doesn't work? Okay, it's the health itself that's not working. I probably broke something. Um, target health. Event. Okay, so did I? Oh my god, the stupid errors. Oh my god. Oh, the stupid errors. Oh my god, I hate when I see these. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Okay, it works. Oh my god, that was kind of sad. Okay. Okay, everything works. Let's see. Okay, just take a quick look at GitHub. Okay, it should be committed. Oh, thanks again, Jordy, for the help today on this stream. Even though I felt like I spent 2 hours doing the most stupid way of initializing variables. But, we're programmers. If it doesn't work, you just keep on banging your head against the wall until it does, right? Okay. Okay, I'll stop the stream now. I think I also have a recording of this. I probably have to split up the recording because it's like 2.5 hours. There's no way this is gonna ever render if I don't split this up. Okay, thanks again.